Hello, what's going on? Yes, this is impromptu, last minute kind of a live stream thing I'm doing here right now. This is gonna almost act as like a pre-show to Xbox Ultimate Podcast tonight in a way. So thank you all for joining. I sat here and I was trying to make a video. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I was sitting here trying to make a video, and I'm like, oh, geez, it's just so much easier for me to go live and kind of interact and just give everybody my thoughts this way as opposed to feeling like I'm recording something. I don't know why. I like live stuff. So before XUP tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm live here right now because there's just too much stuff to talk about. And I want to go through this list of games here because, wow. We all talked about the insanity. Like, it's insane. Like, if you heard Colt Eastwood last night on PM in the PM, it's insane the amount of games that are in the works. And I've been hearing a lot of people say Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft is bad for the industry. It's bad for gaming because Xbox doesn't foster new ideas. They don't invest in new IP. They don't create new things. They're the Forza, Gears, and Halo guys, and that's what they do. And so, in them buying anybody, like, what are they going to do to them, you know? And they're just ignoring all the evidence of everything out there that exists. So we're going to dive into this, and I'm going to be looking at this list of stuff, and we're going to talk about all these projects. Because, yes, it is insane the investment from Xbox and Microsoft into gaming this generation is pretty much unprecedented in gaming, period. I think we're going to see more new projects from them and big projects than we've ever seen before, maybe from any publisher. It's pretty interesting, especially after this Activision Blizzard deal goes through. So let's take a look at this list here, guys. I put this little list together here, and we're going to take a look and see what you all think. Okay. Now, this list here on this top page is only games that have actually been alluded to that from the developers themselves. Like, hey, yeah, we have this new project we're really excited about in the works, and this person is heading up a new project. It's unannounced right now. You know, that stuff like that, or that they've actually straight up announced the game. Okay, so this is this first list. So first off, we get World's Edge, who has said that they are partnering with another big studio for another new game. Some are thinking it could be Age of Mythology, possibility, who knows? But it's there. It's a real thing. It's going to be another big game that's going to come out from World's Edge. The Coalition, they have said that they're working on their multiple projects is what they said. So we know that according to rumors, one of them is potentially a smaller new IP. So that's one from the Coalition here. And also, we all know that Gear 6 is coming after that at some point here. Compulsion, Project Midnight, third-person action-adventure game. Holy crap. Yeah, Project Midnight, third-person action-adventure game. That's one that was rumored as Project Midnight. That's supposed to be what the code name is. That's what the rumor is. We do know Compulsion is working on a big game that Phil Spencer is really excited about, for sure. And this is supposed to be really cool, according to him. So I know that he's excited about it. So maybe we should be too. It's a new IP. Wow, I thought Xbox doesn't do new IP, right? All right, Double Fine. Hey, guess what? They just kicked off a new project. Tim Schafer's really excited about it. This is gonna be a big game for them. He even put on Twitter yesterday. It's gonna be a while before this one comes out. Shout out to Hey Army Vet, what's up UK lad? Thank you guys for hopping in here before the show later. So Perfect Dark. Again, we know the heavy investment that they're making with that. They brought in Crystal Dynamics to help with that. Now, according to another rumor, supposedly a certain Affinity could potentially be helping with this as well. If that is the case, to me, that means that the game will have a multiplayer component as well. Who knows exactly. In Exile, hey, steampunk first-person RPG, Project Cobalt. Is it a new IP? Odds are yes. That's another one, right? Or is it going to be in the Wasteland universe? Who knows exactly? But regardless, it's going to be a new big thing. And here's the thing about In Exile. When they talk about stuff in development, they say RPGs. They have at least two new RPGs coming out from In Exile. Insane. Sup, LSD story. Yes, I did see that. We're going to get to that because that's on this list down a little bit lower as well, that certain affinity game. All right, so next up. Whew. Mojang, according to rumors, I think Jez Corden may have actually had this rumor, was that they were going to have a couple of Minecraft spin-offs besides the ongoing development of Minecraft, which is a big thing, right? You can't, like, when you were listing all of these things, this does not include the ongoing development games, the ongoing projects. Like Halo Infinite's going to get all the support. Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to get tons of support over the years. Forza Horizon 5 is going to get a few years of support. A lot of these games in here are not listed. Sea of Thieves is not listed here, right? We know what a big, massive ongoing project that is. Elder Scrolls Online is not listed here. That is a massive ongoing project. So this is all just new stuff, right? Whew. All right. So the Minecraft spinoffs, maybe 2 of them, supposedly. Now, Ninja Theory, Hellblade 2 is coming. Yes, that we already know. We've already seen it now. We've seen amazing, mind-blowing gameplay. Mind-melting gameplay. Project Mara, new IP. That's another new IP. Jeez. New IP out the wazoo. Obsidian, hey, Grounded, when they came on, that was a new IP. Avowed, guess what? That's a new IP. It's in the Pillars universe, but Avowed is a new IP. Come on. Another project from Obsidian. We don't know what that is. They have not announced it, but we do know that it's in the works. They have told us this. And then there's also Outer Worlds 2, which was a fairly new IP. It's only had 1 game before, and that was published by Private Division right before the Xbox acquisition happened. Then we got Playground Games is making and reviving Fable. Yes, that's reviving old IP. That's also important, right? You can't just have new IP. You also got to treat your other IP that you have with respect and then bring out some of the most beloved franchises ever. Everwild is a new IP. It counts. Yes, we haven't seen it in a long time. We do not know the state of the development on this other than it's supposed to be was rebooted and maybe still in development hell. Xbox and Microsoft have not given up on Everwild. I still believe there's a lot of potential here because it is gorgeous. But Everwild is a new IP. Forza Motorsport getting that big time treatment took years off to make sure this next iteration is going to be mind melting. State of Decay, I think also Forza Motorsport's coming out this year. That's what rumors are right now. I have been guessing that all along, so I believe that's going to happen. Undead Labs, State of Decay 3. Major, a lot more support on this. They're growing the studio significantly. It's going to be a much bigger experience, I believe, and a step up from past State of Decays. Xbox Game Studio Publishing has A Dusk Falls and Contraband. Now, those are the only, there's a lot more coming from Xbox Game Studios Publishing, but these ones are a lot of these unannounced reveals we're going to have later that we pretty much know are in the works. But as of right now, As Dusk Falls and Contraband are the 2 confirmed games that have been announced. Contraband's by Avalanche Game Studios. As Dusk Falls, I can't remember the name of the studio that's working on that. Oh yeah, it's Interior Night. That's another new IP. Both of those are new IP. Investing in new IP. Bethesda Game Studios, Starfield, new IP. Elder Scrolls 6 is coming after Starfield. We're not going to see Elder Scrolls 6 for a long time, but man, I can't wait for that. You notice that it is blank right here because we know they're working on something, but we have no clue what it is. It could be another Doom. It could be another Quake. It could be a new IP. It could be another Rage. Who knows exactly what it's working on. But it's going to be something. Right now, supposedly they've been helping as well on Redfall, which is interesting. Arcane, Deathloop was a new IP. Still not on Xbox yet because of that exclusivity deal, but it was a new IP. Redfall is also another new IP. Wow, all these people saying that Xbox doesn't have new IP, they're not going to be coming out with new IP. All of these things are like, not all of them. A lot of these are new IP. It's crazy. Alpha Dog Games have something called Mighty Doom. Have no clue what the hell that is. Supposedly for Android. ZeniMax Online. They have a massive unannounced new IP coming. This is supposed to be a huge project, a huge deal, a big game. They're hiring for this like crazy. You see reports of it all the time. They mention it all the time. It's something they're really excited about. That's going to be a big deal. Another more investment into new IP. Indiana Jones, Machine Games. Holy crap. This is all going to be in Game Pass, everybody. This is all going to be in Game Pass. Indiana Jones. Tango Gameworks, Ghostwire Tokyo, new IP again. Then also, they did say that there's a new game from the Evil Within 2 director, John Johannes, coming as well. That's in development currently. So that's another game. And is it a new IP? Probably so. Right? Unless it's Evil Within 3, it's possible. I don't think it is. Roundhouse Studios, new unannounced project that, again, a lot of people are excited about. They did say that they were working on something that was exciting at the original Bethesda Microsoft introduction, where they kind of sat down and kind of talked about how things are going to go in the future. And that they did mention Roundhouse was working on something cool at that point. There's some rumors out there that could be a Planet of the Apes game. We'll see. I don't know. Then we got Blizzard, right? Blizzard, this deal should hopefully go through sometime in 2023. They're currently working on Overwatch 2, Diablo 4, as well as ongoing stuff for like Hearthstone and stuff like that. And they have a newly announced survival game. We're going to talk a lot about this game on XUP here in just a little while. A newly announced survival game. Wow. This is going to be a big new IP, and it's probably going to be Xbox PC exclusive as well. Insane. Yeah, I say that because it's probably not coming out, I would say, for a few years, as this announcement is very early. I saw Jason Schreier on Twitter say that, hey, he knows that people there are really excited about it, and there's a lot of positivity behind this survival game. So we'll see what it is. It's going to be interesting. All right, Activision. You know what? You could just put a big old Call of Duty here right now, because that's currently the status of what Activision is just Call of Duty, and occasionally they make some announcements and do some things. I mean, they've had like Crash 4, the Crash Collection. They've had the the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remaster that was really good, But as far as projects announced right now, I mean, all we really know is that there's more Call of Duty coming, and I think that's going to change after this acquisition goes through, and if we'll see what other kind of announcements they may make until then. But I left that blank for now, just because, this year we're gonna have a Call of Duty. Next year we're gonna have a Call of Duty. 2024 we're gonna have a Call of Duty. We can pretty much guarantee that. At least through Warzone 2, which was, we don't know if it's called Warzone 2, but they're alluding to like a Warzone 2 that's gonna be next gen only. It's gonna be a pretty big deal. Anyway, moving on. That was just the things that we know have actually been talked about from the developers, from Xbox, from Microsoft, from ZeniMax, Bethesda, somewhat, to where we know those projects are in the works for sure. Now we're going to go into the rumored projects, where some of these we do know actually exist as projects, but the rumors here are that they're published by Microsoft and that they're exclusive to Xbox and PC and going to be in Game Pass and all the whole 9 yards, right? So much like the Contraband original leak, rumor, whatever you want to call it, I believe that came from either Jeff Grubb or Jez Corden. I can't remember where all those rumors started back then. At the same time as when this Project Dragon from IO Interactive was rumored. We do know on IO's website they have a big game that is unannounced AAA project that. And the rumor is that it is Project Dragon. and it is also being published by Microsoft, and it's going to be one of these big new IPs as well, just like Contraband. And then we also got yesterday, holy crap, remember I told you just a little while ago we're going to talk about this, Certain Affinity. Jeff Grubb had put on there, hey, Microsoft's actually doing a Monster Hunter clone game with Certain Affinity. Then Certain Affinity put us on Twitter, hey, we have a big new game announced that we're working on, and we're excited to recruit and all these things for it. We're excited about this huge AAA project. Kind of coalesces. It's going to be insane. This game is pretty much locked up as a Microsoft Xbox PC exclusive at this point. That's everything's lining up that way, right? So Certain Affinity, big deal for them. So I would say out of all of these that I'm listing here, Project Dragon and this Certain Affinity game are like the two most concrete things on this list at this point. Again, 2 new IP, right? How much new IP? There's a lot. And there's also revitalizing old IP, reviving old IP. There's also ongoing games, the whole 9 yards. Insane. Oh, I'm losing breath. There's just so much. All right, so now Project Shaolin. That's the Wu-Tang Clan music-inspired anime art style game that's supposed to be like a action RPG from Brass. I think it's Brass Lion Entertainment. If I got that right, I'm sorry if I did not. Yeah, Brass Lion Entertainment. That thing sounds awesome, and I can't wait for that. If that's real, again, and another investment. And guess what? New IP. Who would have thought, right? Project Indus. Again, that's another one of these rumored project games that's been out there. Project Belfry is supposed to be a beat 'em up. Project Pax Days is supposed to be a big strategy game. Then you got Project Vonnegut. Some rumors are out there that it could be a new Shadowrun. You got Kojima game that's supposed to live in the cloud, some kind of Kojima cloud game project. You got Project Velvet, that's name's been dropped. You got a revival of 1 versus 100 supposed to be in the works. You have Killer Instinct maybe coming back from a developers at Namco Bandai. You have 343. I just says new project on here. That's a mistake. It should say 343 new project, or no, that says Halo side project. Okay, Halo side project is the 343 thing I was alluding to. That rumors were that they are working on a side Halo thing, right? That's not just not a part of Halo Infinite, but a side Halo thing. And then I mean, that's if you add up. Okay, these have been, most of these rumors have been from pretty reliable sources, but then also they always say, take them with a grain of salt, right? Like the Jess Cordons and Jeff Grubbs and stuff out there. I'm putting them on this list because it's listed in the Reddit that has all the rumors and leaks and all this stuff out there, listed from them. And I remember them talking about each one of these individually as well. So let's just say you take like half of these as true, or even let's say you take a third, right? I would say the Certain Affinity thing, the Project Dragon thing, and the Project Shaolin thing, right? Let's say those 3 are true, right? That's still 3 new IP out of this list down here. And then you add that to all of these other games that we do know are in the works for sure. That's 37 brand new games. That doesn't include third-party deals just to bring games into Game Pass. That doesn't include any other thing other than Microsoft published games at this point, right? And again, Activision here is blank. And again, this doesn't include things like Flight Sim, Elder Scrolls Online, Halo Infinite, all of these other games, massive games that are Sea of Thieves, that are getting constant support and development. Fallout 76 even you can throw in there. This is unprecedented from a platform. Unprecedented from a platform holder in the investment in the gaming space. And it's not just in money. It's in fostering new IP, new creations, right? New games, reviving old franchises like Fable, like Perfect Dark, but also growing these studios and allowing them to kick off new projects. So when people say, well, it's not good for them to have acquired Activision Blizzard because they don't foster new ideas. They don't foster new IP. They don't allow these teams to create what they want. All this stuff I call bullshit. The evidence is here. And it's mind-blowing. Thank you all guys for being here right now. Yeah, we're going to have Xbox Ultimate Podcast tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I was sitting here trying to make a video for this, and I'm like, there's just no way. It's too big. Like you can't sit here and just make maybe some other people, you got your Colt Eastwoods and Rand and Dealer and those guys that are Archimedes, these great video creators that are gonna be able to put together all these master cut pieces and stuff. I can't do justice to this as a video. I had to go live. I got to talk about it with you guys. What's up, John TJ? Thanks for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. He said, hell yeah, new games, and you're live. Going to be a fire show. Yeah. This is a pre-show. Because we're having an Xbox Ultimate here in a little over an hour. Hell yeah. Undead Labs, yes. Undead Labs is getting to do what they want, and that's going to be State of Decay 3. They're growing. They're hiring. It's amazing. People out there that say that they don't allow these studios to create and do what they want, it's ridiculous. The evidence is there. It's going to be insane. And remember, guys, all of this is going to be in Game Pass. That's one thing you can guarantee with everything on this list, unless for some reason the deal doesn't go through for Activision Blizzard, which everybody out there seems like it's going to. Once that deal goes through, you're going to see all those games in Game Pass, PC Game Pass. You're going to get the cross-save support. You're going to get a lot of the cross-play stuff between PC. You're going to have the, cross-buy, like with Xbox. You're going to be able to get Call of Duty on your Xbox and get it on the PC as well. Like, people aren't looking at that stuff when they're looking at the benefits, right? Right now, Call of Duty on next gen is $70. Sarah Bond been on record as being not a fan of the $70 game model. Xbox is more on board with lowering the barrier of entry into gaming instead of raising it. So, for people that are Call of Duty fans, hey, you're going to have a couple options. You're either going to be able to get the game for $60 and pay one price and get it probably on Xbox and PC. You're going to have cross progression, cross save, all that stuff that they like to do. And you're probably, obviously you're going to be able to, or you can just do Game Pass. So for the Call of Duty fans that may be like, well, I don't know if this is going to be good. I don't know, man. I just like my Call of Duty. And I just don't want it to change. I want that yearly release of COD. I just want to smash all these noobs. This is a good thing for your wallet. And guess what? They're probably going to unshackle a lot of these devs and allow them to make other franchises as well, which is going to be good for Activision. It'll be good for those developers. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be insane. I mean, just look at this list, guys. Again, I mean, so much new IP, so much investment in ongoing IP, so much reviving old IP, all scattered throughout massive amount of studios. And that doesn't even include all of this Xbox games publishing, Xbox Game Studios publishing games that are probably in the works. Because these have been heavily rumored. It's nuts, guys. Shout out to Outbreak. What's up, OCD? What's up, ClayMud? What's up? What's up, John Bond? UK lad. Hey, baby. Hey, Kayla. Army vet says, "What do I think about Sega? I don't know if they're buying any publishers anytime soon. You know, but I could see the partnership still growing. I mean, it was just Sega. We have what's that? 2 Point Campus is hitting Game Pass day one as well. Remember when people said, "Hey, nothing's more is going to come out of this Sega thing," right? The Sega partnership that was announced, that both Sega and Sarah Bond were involved with on their social media post, and people were like, it's not going to do anything other than just like, it's just a cloud thing. It's just a game development thing for the future. Well, since then, already, just since that, we've already had announcements of 2 Point Campus, which is a Sega game, Sega published, coming to Game Pass and PC Game Pass day one, as well as Total War Warhammer 3 coming to Game Pass or coming to PC Game Pass day one. That is another Sega published game. So again, 2 day one Sega games. Like, that's a benefit that seems like it's from the relationship of Xbox and Sega. Does it not to you? I mean, that it seems like it to me. A lot of people out there are saying there's nothing's going to come to that. But again, it's not necessarily a contract that says you have to do this. It's a strengthening of the partnership. They're more likely to bring games to Game Pass day one than they ever were before that deal was announced. It's going to hold benefits for the entire generation. And this is another crazy thing, everybody, right? Now, all of this has been going on, the Activision Blizzard thing and all this stuff. And we all forgetting Ubisoft Plus was just announced that it's coming to Xbox. Wow. Now, I mean, is the future of the games industry is being pushed forward so hard right now by Xbox's and Microsoft's wallet. I mean, but it's not just because of the money; it's because of the leadership they're putting behind it. You got Phil Spencer and his team now. Now Phil's the CEO of Microsoft Gaming and his huge team that he has. That's very diverse as well, right? Amazing people all throughout that, scattered, and they're growing their teams as well. Fostering this creative energy and force within Microsoft to be one of the top tier gaming companies in the world. The beauty, I see Shizno. So you said we'll be even more overrun with games. It's ridiculous. I'm going broke. The beautiful thing with this won't make you go broke as far as Microsoft's concerned, because they don't want you to go broke. They just want you to pay $15 a month. They want you to either get a Series S, they want you to play it on your PC that you already got, or they want you to be able to play it on your phone. All they want is your $15 a month. And you're going to get all this. John TJ, shout out to you. Thanks again, man, for another super chat. $2. Says, you're making valid points. Yes. I'm not trying to just make points. It's just this stuff is all out there and it gets ignored too much. Right? This stuff gets ignored with all the talking points. Like I've seen on podcasts, I've seen on other things. I've seen people talking about the Activision Blizzard thing, talking about, it's like, Xbox is just, Halo, Gears, and Forza, and that's just what they've done. They haven't really done anything to grow their studios. They haven't really done anything to foster new ideas and invest in new IP. So I don't want Xbox and Microsoft acquiring these other publishers and stuff. They don't. I've seen that so much. And I've seen people get attacked over the fact that they think it's a potentially good thing. And all the cases I've seen against Microsoft and Xbox as far as acquiring the studios have been ignoring all of this. It's all been ignoring all of this. Like, how can you ignore this? Like, look at all these games. We haven't played any of these games yet that are on this list. Well, I'll take that back. Deathloop, we got to play on PlayStation. It's on here. I didn't. I put it on here because it hasn't released on Xbox yet. It's insane. Okay, Coalition again. Compulsion, Double Fine, Initiative, In Exile, Mojang, Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Playground, Rare, Turn 10, Undead Labs, Xbox Game Studios Publishing. How many things do they got going on? Bethesda Game Studios, id, Arcane, Alpha Dog, ZeniMax Online, Machine Games, Tango Gameworks, Roundhouse Studios, the 5,000 employees at Blizzard. Who knows what's going on at Activision? All of those teams working on several games and several of them new IPs. So people they just aren't paying attention when they make those arguments. Again, new IP, Project Mara. Grounded was a new IP, Avowed is a new IP. Obsidian's other project isn't a new IP. We don't know. Everwild is a new IP. As Dusk Falls, Contraband. Project Dragon, the Monster Hunter Certain Affinity game. Starfield, Deathloop was a new IP. Redfall is a new IP. ZeniMax Online is making a new IP. The Indiana Jones game. Ghostwire Tokyo's new IP. And another new game from Tango Gameworks that's made by the Evil Within 2 director John Johannes is probably a new IP. I can't think of what else it could be. Unless it's Evil Within 3, which I don't think it is. Because I think they would have just said that. Roundhouse Studios, new unannounced project that a lot of people are excited about, potentially new IP. There's a new survival game from Blizzard that will probably be Xbox and PC exclusive because that was just revealed and that's not coming out till after this deal is done. How can people ignore this stuff? I don't get it. And that's like you got your reviving the old IPs again, like Fable and Perfect Dark, and putting more money into Forza. We saw how good Forza Horizon 5. People would say, "Hey, it's just Halo and Gears and Forza teams." Well, look at how good Halo and Forza did last year. Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite are two of the most well thought of games that came out last year. In fact, winning awards. Forza Horizon 5 was IGN's Game of the Year. IGN, the number one biggest gaming media site out there, Forza Horizon 5 was their Game of the Year last year. Game Informer, I believe, had Halo Infinite or Psychonauts 2. Somebody had Psychonauts 2. I think that was X-Play, I believe, or G4. Somebody had Halo Infinite. It could be Game Informer. I don't remember. But there was these massive news media sites were giving Game of the Year's awards left and right to Xbox games last year. Psychonauts 2, Halo, Forza. Deathloop. People say that the Xbox doesn't have quality. That's another argument. Ignoring facts. That Game Pass doesn't have quality. If you go through and watch the Game Awards last year, time after time, games will show up on the screen that are in Game Pass. Plenty of games that were nominated. It Takes Two is in Game Pass currently. It won Game of the Year. Ignoring, ignorance can be bliss if you're trying to just feed a narrative and you're just keep spewing stuff because you just are one-minded, one-sided, PlayStation has a lot of great stuff. They're going to have a great year this year. They got Horizon West coming around the corner. You got Gran Turismo 7 coming around the corner. We'll see how that is. I mean, then you got potentially God of War Ragnarok coming later this year. You got Sifu. You got lots of cool stuff. Stray. You got lots of cool stuff coming this year if you're PlayStation. You're feeling really good about yourself, right? And PlayStation fans and people that own a PlayStation have every right to be excited about it, and that's cool. But you can't just go and make an argument saying that Xbox has nothing. Xbox is not creating new things, doesn't invest and grow and all these things, and ignore all of this shit. Like, it's just ignorant at that point, right? Like, ignorance can be bliss if you're feeding a narrative, but it makes you look stupid. And I hear these people talking this stuff all the time, and I'm like, really? Like, how are these people getting away with these opinions when all these facts are out here? When all this factual projects that have been announced are out there. But then what they do is they try and say things like, well, why are you excited for that? We don't know anything about that. Why are you excited for that? Why would you even be excited for something like that? Like, why would you be excited for Starfield? I would see that one all the time. Oh, Fallout 76 was bad. Why would you be excited for Starfield? Like, come on, really? The next big first person / third person single player RPG led by the team that made Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, and Fallout 4. Why wouldn't I be excited for that? And it's the new IP, a space, Skyrim. Like, tell me why I shouldn't be excited for that. Like, who, if you know anything about Bethesda Game Studios and the history of their RPGs, and you're been a fan of those RPGs, what would make you not be excited for Starfield? This is insane. Like, you heard it like on the show last night, PM in the PM, that like Colt and Pong were kept yelling, it's insane. It is insane to go out and get Activision Blizzard. Now think about this, right? Look at this list. And then what you're going to do here is you see this blank space for Activision. You see this nice big blank space here because I just didn't want to write Call of Duty. Look at all, fill it in with the blanks of old Activision IP. New IP. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I see Ali, what's up? Says they focus on first-person shooter games. They do, but they also have a lot that's not. I doubt Indiana Jones is going to be a first-person shooter. You got the Compulsion game that's supposed to be a third-person action-adventure game. Double Fine doesn't make first-person shooters. They have a lot of these RPGs that they make that are playable in third-person or first-person. Like Starfield, you'll be able to do that. Like Elder Scrolls, traditionally, you've been able to do that. State of Decay 3 is a third-person game. State of Decay has always been third-person. As Dusk Falls is a storytelling game. Contraband, well, I don't know if that's going to be first-person, third-person. I forget. Yeah. There's a lot here. Grounded is not first-person. It's third-person, I think. I think you can play that in either. Can you play Grounded either third-person, first-person? I forget. Avowed, I think you're going to be able to switch back and forth on that as well. Not 100%. But yeah, they make strategy games too. They make RTSs. I mean, they got a lot of variety. Yeah, they do have a lot of great first-person shooters, and that's okay, right? I think a lot of people were disappointed when they heard that Perfect Dark was going to be first-person, because we're like, hey, we want that like stealth action third-person game, right? And then you kind of think about it. Well, Perfect Dark's always been first person. So, if they're trying to stick to the core roots of the franchise, that's what they're doing here. And that kind of makes sense. And with the rumor of certain affinity potentially even working with them as well, that leads me to think it could have a multiplayer component also. So, but other than that, I mean, they got, a lot of variety. Fable is not going to be first person. Um, if it is, that's crazy. So yeah, they do have a focus on first person. You got Halo, you got those RPGs that are playable in first person. You got Redfall coming. You got a lot of um, these games like Redfall, and stuff like that. So we'll see like how much variety there is, but it looks like there's a ton, and I'm excited about that. Sup, Rick? Sup, Spooky? Hey, Spooky. So glad to see you, dude. Papa, Andrew, what's up? Deploy, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, this is just like a pre-show. Again, guys, I was gonna sit here and do a video, and I was trying to do a video, and this is just too damn big. There's just too much. I can't. How am I? Like, I'm not gonna go put like 50 game clips together. Like, I'm not one of those guys, Except Outbreak. So it's easier to go live and just talk about it with you guys, and this will fuel some of the conversation that we're gonna have on Xbox Ultimate Podcast tonight. The insanity of this, and we're gonna talk a lot about this Blizzard survival game, because I think it's, for me, the survival game from Blizzard is going to be the first big new IP coming out of this Activision Blizzard deal. And it could, you never know what the next big thing is going to be. You never know what the next big thing is going to be. It could be that, right? You know how big Overwatch is? People talk about, hey, this is such a big Call of Duty deal and such a big this and that. Overwatch is huge. But look at all these games, guys. And then tell me that Xbox isn't invested in creating new things, new IP, all of that. And this is only like scratching the surface. Again, this isn't like third-party deals with just for Game Pass, like Rainbow Six Extraction, Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox as well. The Hitman Trilogy just hit Game Pass. 2 Point Campus is coming to Game Pass day one. Total War Warhammer 3, again, PC Game Pass day one. This isn't even including deals like that, right? This is just actually published Microsoft stuff. So anyway, yeah, guys, hey, all right, if you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, even, you look at this list, and then guess what? You add EA on top of it. Because every EA game after 6 months or so, or some of them a year, comes to EA Play as part of Game Pass Ultimate. So all those new Star Wars games that just got revealed from Respawn, that there is coming. You got potentially Jedi, whatever it's called, Jedi Fallen Order 2. You got the strategy game coming that they're teaming up with Bit Reactor. And then you have a first-person shooter Star Wars game, all coming from Respawn and EA. All three of those games will eventually be in Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play. So it's nuts, everybody. Like, it's really impossible to quantify how much is going on. Other games like Elder Scrolls Online are getting massive updates. Sea of Thieves is getting massive updates. Halo Infinite's got 10 years of content planned. Microsoft Flight Simulator's got 10 years of content planned. and that those are going to keep existing and thriving. Minecraft. What's up, Matt? Yeah, I need to get back to Hitman as well. I've been playing Rainbow Six Extraction, which, hey, if you guys haven't played Rainbow Six Extraction, you know, it's not for everybody, but for people that are into a certain style of game, like a Rainbow Six slower paced tactical shooter, especially those co-op PvE games, for me, it's my favorite PvE like co-op game that's come out this year. Or the last 2 years, actually. I liked it more than Back 4 Blood. I liked it more than Aliens Fireteam Elite. We're having a blast. We're all kind of hooked. I know Pong's hooked on it. Steel Rain, our buddy Steel, is hooked on it. I'm hooked on it. Kate likes it a lot. So don't just like look at Rainbow Six Extraction and be like, oh, yeah. Because it is a Clancy game that has aliens in it, which I'll admit, maybe it didn't need to be Tom Clancy's this, right? Because of the aliens thing. However, it is really cool as a spin-off, and I like that game. I'm having a blast. Now, fill in the blanks, guys. What do you want to see at Activision Blizzard? Because, you know, Xbox is obviously investing in letting developers create new projects. So do you want to see, I see StarCraft in the chat. I want to see a Warcraft game. Actually, I want to see like a Warcraft 4. Would that be the next one? I forget what the last one was. It's been so long. I would like to see some people out there have been saying Vigilante 8 come back, Blur, Gun. These franchises seem so old and dormant because guess what? They abandoned that model. Activision did. They put all their focus and all of their attention on Call of Duty to be able to sustain the weight of their studios. You're not going to have that problem with Xbox with not having to worry about the quarterlies and the return on investment versus the, you know, production. You got to get this game out for this fiscal quarter, blah, 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 blah. They're worried about subscriptions. They're standing behind the quality of it all, right? I see Hexen, Prototype. I've never played Hexen. I have played Prototype. Prototype is a good game. I can imagine a brand new Prototype. You want to talk about something that could be like an answer to like that third person, like open world, like Spider-Man style game? You could do a lot with Prototype. I've seen a lot of people say True Crime as well. You could have something there. There's so much potential. And the thing is that a lot of people think Phil and those guys are just doing this because of Call of Duty. When he's been in interviews talking about this stuff with the Washington Post, he's talking about IP and the teams. His most excited thing that he said he was excited for when he answered that direct question, what has you most excited about this? He said the teams. They're going to be able to work with them and be able to free them up to work on new projects. And he said he wants to see what they want. He wants to meet with them. He wants their leadership teams to meet with them and see what they want to work on. That's going to be amazing. Freeing up these studios to create instead of being shackled into support. Because you got talented devs out there. You got big studios that are just support studios now for Call of Duty. Studios that made games like War for Cybertron on the 360 in those days, the Transformers games, right? Or High Moon Studios did that. You know, you got Toys for Bob's there. You got these great studios all tied up into Call of Duty. Activision is a blank canvas. You can put COD on there for sure, but for me, it's a blank canvas. Like we already know Blizzard. Like Blizzard's, they got Overwatch 2 in the works. They're still doing a Hearthstone. Diablo 4 is coming. They just announced this new survival game, right? There's a hint that StarCraft could be coming back in some kind of way because Mike Ibarra replied to Simu Liu's tweet. Simu Liu is the actor that he's a gamer, but he plays Shang-Chi. And he made a tweet like, somebody please save StarCraft. And Mike Ibarra, who's in charge of Blizzard now, right? He replied with a smiley face. Yes, Micah Barra did. So we kind of know what Blizzard's up to, right? And they're 5,000 employees. Like when you see all these lists of studios and stuff, you see Blizzard. Like Blizzard has more than almost like all these studios combined. They're like 9 teams. So we know kind of what they're up to. You got Overwatch 2, Diablo 4, the survival game, and maybe a new StarCraft. You got Hearthstone, other stuff too. I mean, they got a lot on their plate. A lot. But Activision is like a blank canvas. I mean, you just put Call of Duty 2022, Call of Duty 2023, Warzone 2 rumored, right? There. And besides that, you have a blank canvas, right? You're going to be able to fill that in with so much stuff, and it's all going to come to Game Pass. It's insane. So anyway, guys, this is like a little pre-show thing that we're doing, or I was doing instead of making this video. So I am going to put this up. I'm going to close this out. We will be back. Xbox Ultimate Podcast will be live. And I think, so just got announced. Our good friend, Mr. Badbit, Joe, is going to be joining us tonight. Love when he's on the show. So that's in 50 minutes, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We will be live here very shortly for Xbox Ultimate Podcast number 66. Like I said, we're going to talk about that survival game from Blizzard. We're going to talk about a lot of this stuff that we just kind of went over. I want to get everybody's take on it on the panel. And we're going to talk to Joe. And PTK Blam is also joining us. He, last week, ended up getting stuck in traffic on his way home. And we're going to give it another shot. We don't know 100% what time he's going to hop in because he does get off work like right when we go live. So he's going to try and bolt and get home this week to see if we can't go live with him as well. So PTK is going to give another shot. We got Bad Bit coming. We're going to have a blast. So I'll see all you guys here in 50 minutes if you're able to. Appreciate it. And we'll have Xbox Ultimate Podcast. See you later, guys. Have a good one. And holy shit, that's a lot of games.